Now you're playing with power.
I just want to go home and play Pokemon.
And with practice, they get better.
Oh frick, oh frick, oh frick, oh crap, oh crap.
Spoken!
Mama always had a way of explaining things so I could understand them.
Wow, so cool.
Rocket, man.
He's running. He's just hoofing it.
This motherfucker don't miss.
Okie dokie.
Let's get weird. Let's get weird.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Guys, it's good to see you. Happy Thursday. Welcome. How you doing? If you're looking for the gaming lifestyle lounge, well, you're in the right place. I'm your host, America's #1 online video game personality, Ben the Parvinator Parvin, here at your service. That was like a salute plus a... I don't know. I'll get it right one of these days. I just wanted to open things up just a little bit. Got a little space on either side of the green screen. I wanted to do something different with it, but was kind of running out of time and was like, I just need to get this stream rolling. Anyway, how you guys doing? Welcome. Happy Thursday. I don't usually stream today, but man, I was sitting around working on tomorrow's stream, and I was like, what am I doing? Why? I could just do this now. And then I proceeded to, you know, try to finish the thought that I was working on at the time, and then next thing I know, it's already like late to start a stream, but it was going to be a bonus stream anyway, so it's all good. We'll just get a couple hours in. That'll be fun. And yeah, play a little bit of Mario 64, working on These 120 star run. We're at 69 stars right now. Dang. Not quite enough for our intents and purposes. So we're going to need all 120, I guess. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I was just here a couple days ago. I would normally stream Wednesday, yesterday, but I wasn't feeling that great. I had streamed Tuesday night, and that stream went way longer than I thought. I'd forgotten how long it can take to finish the Black Omen when you're playing Chrono Trigger. It's one of the sort of like endings you can get, and kind of like sort of the main storyline one, or I don't know. I don't know if there's a canon one, but this one feels like it gives you the most story, really, and feels like a full-on conclusion with most everything wrapped up, you know, other than whatever is left for Chrono Cross, which is a lot, I guess. But yeah, so we got it done, though. We got it done Tuesday night. I had to stay up quite late to finish it, and I was already feeling sort of headachy. It's kind of in the migraine zone. Welcome, Metroid. Good to see you. Welcome.
So what's up, B?
Hope you're doing okay. Yeah. Oh, going well. Just got it started. Mario's doing okay. He's pretty much, we haven't taken the guy out of neutral yet. Poor fella. You know, he wants to get out there and get to jumping, and we barely let him do that. But yeah, we're sitting at 69 stars and counting. 69 isn't going to cut it, so.
Yeah, we're here. This is a big deal.
So I thought I'd get us in today, and I'll play again tomorrow too, or at least plan on it. And yeah, so much for a schedule. Yeah, I hope you're doing okay, Metroid. Got that big trip coming up. Maybe you're leaving tomorrow? Something like that? He's a tire. Yeah. You know, it's funny because I'll go to write out some of the famous Mario mottos. And I always wonder, you know, do you put it in with the full, you know, it's a me? You know, I think one of my favorites is thank you so much for playing my game. You know, easy mistake, right? Going for the infinitive. You know, easy mistake when you're learning another language or whatever Mario's case is. Whoops, I meant to, what am I doing? We have a couple more left in Dire, but we're actually, I themed a couple slides here, a couple scenes for, shoot, what is it? Snowman's Land. And yeah, that's the, I see us spending time in there, but I never know how this could go. I'm just going to start working. Yeah, it's funny, right? Yeah, right. Obviously, you know, the Super Mario Super Show, I suppose we can't necessarily draw too many conclusions off of that. From that, we could get a pretty firm, okay, you know, he's Italian-American, all right? Northeastern Italian-American heritage, right? Probably grew up, his parents probably spoke Italian at home, you know. That's kind of the sense I get. I don't know, wouldn't be surprised. Or at least he grew up around some folks that did, you know. But yeah, it's you know, one of the things that makes me laugh is my partner pointed this out because we played a little Mario Golf, and then we played some Mario Tennis, both of the Nintendo 64 versions of those games, and it was funny because, you know, when Peach will screw up in Mario Tennis, I think even in golf the same thing, but like so many of the characters will say "Mamma Mia," and we just, you know, is this just like Mario just brought this slang to the Mushroom Kingdom, and now everybody is, you know, now everybody's doing it. I just love Mamma Mia being a thing that all these people that don't have, you know, it's like a, I mean, I'll try to pull it out, but when I try to bust out a Mamma Mia, it is almost, there's it doesn't usually come out unless there's one layer of irony there. There's not it's not the first reaction, right? You know? Hey, welcome, Hubra. Yeah, happy Thursday. Good to see you. But, also, you know, it's Mamma Mia, but it could have just as easily been Ay Maron, you know? And maybe Nintendo wouldn't have gone for that one as much, but I mean, little too on the nose of the Virgin Mary. Although both phrases seem, I think, would I don't know. At least Mamma Mia, you could, but yeah, my mom, not necessarily, you know, the mom. Yeah. Welcome, Devin. The meme number, yeah, it's a good number if you're trying to make a meme, but it's not if you're trying to do a 120 star run. It means you got a long way to go. Long way. Oh, we're doing the red coin one now. Yeah, how you doing, Devin? Happy Thursday. Maybe I should have saved the big guns. This thumbnail, maybe I should have saved the big guns for the for Friday stream, you know? We're gonna be around a little longer. You got some predictions for June? All right. Sure. Let's, when you get a chance, I'd love to hear it. I don't. I'm living one day at a time, baby. Which is the last thing I should be doing. Well, I mean, there's an element of always doing that, but then, you know, a little planning too is sometimes called for, but yeah. Oh, interesting. Oh, you talk about the pre-orders? Are those going to be some of the really big games getting pre-ordered, I think? Is that, Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I didn't even... Just because I knew I wouldn't be getting a Switch 2 for a little while, or, you know, I don't know. I'll get one eventually, but I just have so much to play at this point that I think you can wait a little bit. But yeah, it's, yeah, I see, yeah. Well, it's interesting because, like, my buddy, I think my buddy had tried, and he ran into the issues with the pre-orders and stuff, and it seems like it was a big mess. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it. I was a little bit busy that day, and, you know, wasn't, you know, when I got home, I didn't see much in the way of news or game stuff, really. So I honestly forgot, and then a couple days later, yeah, I was seeing stuff about it and how it... Yeah. Interesting. It's crazy the amount of hype that games can get at this point, and I mean, it's interesting because hype has always been there. You know, well, I mean, I say always, but we'll just say like online discourse, you know. I remember being hyped about Ocarina of Time back in, like going to my grandma's computer. She had Netscape Navigator. And this was actually one of the first ways I remember ever getting online. But yeah, like doing some hype for Ocarina of Time and yeah. But yeah, it's crazy because I just think that, you know, thanks to how big video game media is, it really, I mean, there can be just so much said, there can be full videos done, videos responding to videos, and then all this is just, Oh, shoot. Off of like a tiny bit of footage put out or something sometimes. Or, you know, a little teaser trailer. And it's really interesting. It's, Well, I'll be on the lookout then. You know, I'm not too familiar with those... with the creature cases, and I haven't heard of... I don't know of creature cases, actually. Deltarune, I know of, but, you know, don't have any experience with. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see what happens with that. I think... I wonder what are the other... I should look at the launch titles. I watched the, like, Switch 2 trailer release, or, like, I guess that first, like, official trailer they did or something, and I watched that first Nintendo Direct that they did around the Switch. And then that was it. So I'm trying to remember what are the... As of 2 days, another Switch 2 launch game has been revealed. I'm going to look at, like, a list or something. Oh, interesting. Yeah, give me 1 second. I think I may have a way to show you guys this. Let me see. It might just take a second, but yeah, give me just a little bit. I'll see if I can share this list with you guys. Hello. This would be cool. Can't see the chat for just a bit, but I'll just knock this out. Okay. Let's try that. All right. One more thing, and then I'll actually have it for you. Sorry, here it is. Yep. Here it is. I want you to come up nice and slow with a nice fade. There you go. Oh, hello, Firefox. Take me to that story. Weren't we just there? All 24 Nintendo launch games. Here we go. BGR. Arcade. Let's zoom in a bit. Arcade Archives 2. Ridge Racer. Let me get a little music behind this. That's nice. Mario's just on the... I know you can't see it, but he's just on this pole right now. There it is. I didn't realize Cyberpunk was coming to the Switch. Well, Switch 2. Gonna have to get used to saying that. Hi, Francisco. Welcome. A kid's education animated series entirely focused on animals. Yeah, every character is an animal. Interesting. Okay. Walking, talking animals. The Star Fox treatment. All right, let's take a look at the list here. Arcade Archives 2, Ridge Racer, Bravely Default. I've heard good things about that series. There's a lot of RPGs in the world, and I'm never gonna get time to play them all. But I know that it's got didn't some Bravely Default? There's a couple things I'm thinking of. Was this the one that was like a strategy RPG? I can't remember. Missed opportunity for a Wave Race release. I honestly feel like the Wave Race kind of came around in popularity again. That I see so much stuff for the 64 title and the GameCube one. And it seems like folks a lot younger than me like that one. Like there's an aesthetic behind that game that got picked that made it even bigger than the game itself. And I think it just was showing up in all these, like, Nintendo 64, I don't know, vibe videos. I'm trying to think of the terms, but you know what I'm talking about. Nintendo 64 Wave. All right, the one we've all been waiting for, baby. Fortnite coming to the Switch 2. That's the surprise of the century. All right, Deltarune. Yep, cool. Fantasy Life. The Girl Who Steals Time. Fortnite, Hitman, World of Assassination, Signature Edition. What a great name, World of Assassination. That is the world for the Hitman to live in, honestly. Hogwarts Legacy, all right. Wizard School, Kunitsu Gami, Path of the Goddess. Yeah, I mean, some of these, you know, obviously I know what Hogwarts Legacy is, and I know Hitman in general. Yeah, don't know this game, Kunitsu Gami. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, interesting, and Tears of the Kingdom. They're doing Switch 2 editions. That's right. They're kind of beefing those out a little bit. Mario Kart World, Nintendo Switch 2. Well, so that'll have been on like 3 main consoles. Breath of the Wild for Nintendo. Wii U, Switch, and Switch 2. Mario Kart World. I've seen just a little bit of footage of that, and then I just saw all those headlines of everyone like going crazy about the sorry, switch slides. I lost the train of thought. Let's see, what were people going crazy about? Let me see. Oh, I lost where I was. Okay, I got my window back now. Sorry. Oh yeah, Mario Kart World. The you know, it was like, I don't know, I was just seeing these headlines like the chat gets filled with people, you know, telling Nintendo to lower the price. I guess during a whole trailer that was happening. And then I heard that you gotta pay for the Nintendo Switch 2 welcome tour. And yeah, I don't know what all that gets you. Nobunga's Ambition Awakening Complete Edition. I want to come back to that in just a second, but I don't really know enough to do the complaint I want to do. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S. Rune Factory. Guardians of Ozma. Sid Meier, Civilization 7. Man, Civ, still kicking. Sonic and Shadow Generations. Yeah, again, I don't know, I don't have a clue what's going on with Sonic games these days. I thought that they were really cool, like as a little kid, you know, it was the Genesis stuff and on into, I played like Adventure 1. I think I actually might have played a little of Adventure 2 when I finally got a Dreamcast at the end of its life in North America. But yeah, I totally checked out on Sonic and just missed everything since then. Split Fiction, Street Fighter 6 years. 1 to 2 Fighters edition? For someone who doesn't know what's going on, I know that there's an easy explanation, but yeah, Street Fighter 6, sure. That's a unit. One proper title, Street Fighter 6. Years 1 through 2. Fighters edition. What? All right. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster for Nintendo Switch 2. They're bringing Suikoden back, eh? Survival Kids, Yakuza 0. I like these games. I'm playing through Yakuza 0 on PlayStation 2, but we took a break for a while. Need to get back to it. The PS4 is what I meant. Yeah. They're fun. Yeah, and I mean, it is honestly like there's, so what are our biggest ones? Let's get that back up there for just a second. Well, like, what are your, I guess a lot of people are waiting for Deltarune, huh? Is that maybe one of the biggest, and well, I don't know, Fortnite, of course, is going to get downloaded a bunch. It is a lot of ports, huh? Like a lot of the like third-party stuff. Mario Kart World being the only like big new Nintendo game, huh? I believe so. That's not, some kind of, oh, what do you call it, remaster? The Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. Now, I gotta look into the Welcome Tour, but for the little that I saw from it, it seemed like you're supposed to pay for it, which I don't know what they're going for there. I think if you're gonna have to pay for something, I would not call it the Nintendo Switch 2 World, what was it? Welcome Tour, right? I don't know. That doesn't, I feel like a welcome tour comes on the system. Well, you know, it's interesting because, like, yeah, you know, it's... I missed out on so much of this, like, video game hype, online media for games for a very long time. Like, I was a huge gamer into... I never knew to call myself that, really. It was just... I like video games, but... Well, yeah, I was... on into high school and stuff, and then into college. And then it's like I got busier with college, work, etc., and I really stopped. It was really the switch in video game media from sort of legacy television and magazines and stuff. That's when I was paying more attention to when it made that switch to, you know, so much stuff being on YouTube. Had no idea that ever happened. And really missed the boat on a bunch of stuff I think I would have enjoyed. A lot of, like, I mean, we talk about, like, Angry Video Game Nerd, like other kind of early video game stuff. Like, I think I would have really liked that stuff at the time, and it might have inspired me to start working towards it a little sooner, or, you know, doing something like this a little sooner. But no, man. It really does, man. I don't understand why they don't, like, I don't get what it is, so I have to reserve a little bit of a judgment. But I, like everybody else, yeah, I'm gonna have the reaction of, like, something named Welcome Tour. I don't think should be paid. You got to do a transfer there, huh? Oh, okay. So if let's see. This is probably the easiest, getting back over this way. It's a good thing they make these stop at the end. If they didn't, I think it would make this just a little bit harder, huh? Whoops. They kind of slot in at the end, but yeah, you know, I'm kind of thinking about, like, my buddy. He had a PlayStation 3, and he was the first person I hung out with that had a PS3, and it was like my first time seeing it. Like, I remember he had this. There was this, like, I think it was something that, you know, Sony themselves or PlayStation themselves had done, but it was like this world where you could walk around, have an avatar, a very basic thing, and, like, walk around this big campus kind of lobby space thing and talk to people. And, you know, it was just like basically, you know, like, hey, here's your online connected PlayStation 3. Here's a little online lobby for you to hang out in, you know, and you could go around and talk to people. I remember we walked around and we went to, like, the Japanese language one or something and started typing, telling everyone, started typing some not very nice things to people, and, you know, yeah, that's a fun little troll thing. But yeah, I forgot about that. I'm sorry. I remember at the time I'm learning Japanese, and I told my buddy some of the very little, like, vulgar Japanese I knew at the time, which coincidentally, or not coincidentally, was one of the first things you learn, you know, as it goes with a foreign language. But oh shit, we're getting sucked into, yep, well, the level is done. But yeah, we typed in one of the few you know, quick things, vulgar things that I could think of, you know, which was in Japanese telling somebody to suck it. Of course, that's what you do when you're like, you know, 19 or whatever. You're looking for something cool to type in to a funny online lobby. And anyway, it was just kind of interesting because it had there were aspects of teaching you what the console could do that were part of that as well. And I think it was just sort of a fun, like, hey, you're here, you know, you're in this is your console, you know, you can come to this lobby and hang out, you're part of this club, sort of, or that comes with your, you know, PlayStation Network subscription. You know, you're already, I guess you're already paying for it in that case, but yeah. Anyway, little things like that, I think, you know, and the Nintendo Wii, of course, packing in Wii Sports, you know. I've got a few, Devin. Yeah, I'll pull up the scoreboard in just a second. We got a few of them. Sorry, I can't hear this game. I didn't realize it, but I had my headphones all like half off and. Oh, I guess if I were out of the water, I could flip us through. We got a few of the 100 coin stars. I think the only... There's not a whole lot that we're still missing, like prior to this point, which feels pretty good. That's nice to have. I was thinking today maybe I'd even try to catch some of those that were still missing. But for 100 coin stars... You know what? We might actually have every 100 coin star up until this point of the game if you went through the levels and like everything up to this second Bowser fight. I think we've gotten 100 coins on. It's a couple of it's a few random stars we're missing out there. So yeah, everything up until this level here, you know, not including this level, we've gotten 100 coins on. Wait, so yeah, all right, here we are. Okay, so you got to nail that last jump, I guess, or else you sort of end up in the whirlpool there, huh? I think Nintendo putting Wii Sports with the Switch, I can say this. I am confident that I didn't mean the Switch, I meant the Wii. I am confident that if they hadn't put that game as a pack-in title with the Wii, that system would not have been as crazy runaway popular as it was, to the point where it's in nursing homes and stuff like that. And families are playing it when they get together for, you know, for holidays and stuff. And you've got the whole family, including people who never play games at all, in on it. I don't think that the Wii would have been nearly as popular if they hadn't added Wii Sports in. I think it's that, like, you know, I'm not necessarily speaking to someone who's like a hardcore Nintendo gamer and probably would have bought it anyway, but I just think I think it had to have made sense. And I believe that there was a battle over including it or not. I want to say that sounds familiar, or something I've learned about before. You can't, yeah, it wouldn't have been nearly as popular as it was if that game didn't come on, like, in the packaging, right, with that system. Because think about other things, like other games that used peripherals or other stuff that, you know, maybe even, like, could be something that anybody could play. None of that stuff, of course, is going to be as popular when someone has to go out, a casual gamer or someone buying it for that kind of thing has to go out and buy another game. So I just don't, you know. And I really think... Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what all's in this welcome pack that would be so good. This welcome tour that would be so good as to charge, and I'm not sure how much it is, but... Well, before I go and answer that question, I guess I'll try to get this done. Maybe I can jump from here. Well, that's not gonna happen, but... Alright, let's get ourselves over to those missing coins. Look. No, that's okay. Just as good. Oh, well. Shoot. Ow! Yeah, I'm thinking I would eventually get a Switch too. I think once it's got a few more titles under its belt, I think I will, eventually make a purchase. I really don't have a reason to. I don't need to play the new Mario Kart right away. So we got to get to... Okay, so that one's grabbable, and we got to get... I see. So this actually is just what I was talking about where they're not going to stop, and you need to just make the hit. I was just saying I wanted to see this. Oh yeah, there might be a... They're going to run at this... Are they always going to run at the same time, or can you... No, wow, you can really change the... You'd be lucky if you could go to the one that's to our right now, and then do those two touch? No, they don't come anywhere close. That's right. All right. So you got to hit it here. I think pretty much if you land in that water, you're caught in the undertow, so. There it is. Money. Red coins, in fact. The best kind of money. Well, 54 coins, I guess. Shoot, as long as I don't die here. Then I think we're in business. Yeah, totally. Right, absolutely. This honestly is the best time ever to be a retro gamer. Other than, the original the original run, and even then there are solutions now that are more cost effective than it was to buy original hardware and stuff when these games were coming out. And if money was really a problem, it's exciting just the strides that have been made, and emulation, and then FPGA, decompiling these games. Now, where's the actual star? Okay, there's a star. All right, well, let's see. We got a whole bunch of coins at this point. It's just this is kind of a treacherous level. I think as long as we don't die, it shouldn't be that hard for us to, get the rest of the coins we would need. What else is down here? I don't think this is like the safest section really to explore. Although there's a spots with whirlpools elsewhere. Oh, we haven't even gotten that star yet. That's pretty sweet. You know what? That red coin star is not that hard to get. That one little jump that's tricky. I can do that again another time. So let's just take le risk. Yeah, I'm with you guys. It's you know, like I have already so many titles I haven't played, including a lot of really like well-known. There's some series I haven't even touched yet. You know, I was talking about being excited to play Earthbound and stuff. Yeah, I've never played Fire Emblem. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I've never played those games. I've always had a little bit of an interest in at least checking something out. And same with, you know, that series that the Wars series or whatever that Advance Wars is from. I didn't realize that was from like the original game for that. Wasn't it Famicom Wars or something? I had no idea that for a long time until somewhat recently that there was a you know, a Famicom game in that series. That's where it got started, you know. And I didn't realize that some of those Fire Emblem games and whatnot were on, that would, you know, come to something like the GBA. Some of those were on the Super Famicom. That's cool. Yeah, you'll get a chance to play that. You know, I think a lot of people are excited about the GameCube, the GameCube aspect of Nintendo Switch Online. Oh, shit. Be careful here. There we go. Swim strong, Mario. Swim strong. 83. Okay, be careful here. Just let's go up for a second. I need to reevaluate. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was really interesting. Being introduced to those characters for the most part through Smash. And you know what? Nintendo started doing some hype of some of those games in the lead up to Smash, and I think they also like used that as a way to like, you know, I think that decision was made, you know, oh shoot, you know, do we bring these characters that have only been in a Japanese game? Do we take them out for the North American release? Or is this time for Fire Emblem to debut in the US? And I think, you know, there were a couple series where I think they, you know, it kind of became part of the marketing strategy, I think, to you know, not take it out of a, you know, just because we didn't have that character before. Or so it's like you get the Japanese character, and I don't know, it has to play into some of the calculus as to whether or not they're re-releasing that game, or, you know, or rather not re-releasing, but going to try to introduce some back catalog to, you know, the new audience. Smash Brothers is so good for learning about other games. You could have a really encyclopedic knowledge about games that you've never played before and never, you know, sat and watched someone streaming it or something. You know, you read about it in Smash Bros, collected the figurines, listened to the music, etc., etc. Mario just swimming with the sharks. You're lucky if he doesn't get some concrete shoes. Mamma mia, we were talking about this earlier. I'm not Italian American. Oh, here we go. He has no fear. He's just, yeah, he oh, he really doesn't care. Oh. I'm a little worried for my safety now. I don't think there's any more coins just hanging out down there. I think that's part of why he means so much to us, Metroid. I was kind of, you know, when I say this, sometimes I think people think I'm joking, and I hope you guys know I'm not. But when I say, you know, what a guy, which there's just been a couple streams where I think it was even in this level, I was kind of just, there was something about, you know, the way that when he pulls up from water, he's just that breathing a little fresh air restores his life force, gets him back into, you know, back into the groove, and then he's right back at it, going right back underwater, you know. We'll watch him die the most horrible, gruesome deaths, and then get right back in, you know, he'll go flying out of the painting, and then he's jumping right back in. I don't know. I'm, scratching my head. Oh, can blocks be smashed? Maybe? That a thing that would give me coins? Can't see. Let me make sure I can still get up to the red coin star, I guess. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get 100 like this. Like, I haven't opened up some of those clams back there, but I don't think that there's much, you know, I don't think there's much to do. Funny, you know, that you had to have both caps here. It's a, I don't know. Give me coins! You'll swim with the sharks. I watched the movie Jaws over the weekend at a packed theater, and it was a lot of fun. Crowd was really into it. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yes, the sentient fire. I know, it sees you coming, it puffs up and everything. Maybe it's just a defense mechanism, but I kind of want to just get this tight shot on Mario as we see this thing come to life. And then healed himself. I didn't touch the controller the whole time. Yeah. Right. That's too, yeah. It's a really, I love that there's a couple of theaters here that pretty much exclusively play old movies, and it's and it makes for like a really fun environment, because some people there will have seen the movie, some people there haven't. But, you know, like we were talking about the other day, just like, you know, the cinema experience kind of just being, when it hits right, it's so good. And seeing something like Jaws with a big, you know, a big screen, a big sound system, and an audience that is like, that is into it, you know, it was fun. Oh, that's too bad. They played The Wiz. And only a few people in the audience, huh? Man, guys, I don't know. Maybe I'll just go get this star. This wasn't that hard to do this stuff, so maybe I should just go get it. Oh, hello. That's not how you do it, Mario. Yeah, I think blue coin was hit on this run, yeah. The ones that are, you're talking about the ones that are up on that platform over there, where Mario's facing. I think those are done. Yeah, let me double check. I think I did it this time as well. Yeah, I think the switch is gone. Yeah. That's okay. There must be another... Maybe there's another level that would be better for the 100 coin thing. Yeah. I'll just get this while it's here, I suppose. Number 70. That took a long time. It's okay. We're also, you know, talking Switch too, like I want to. Yeah, right. And it's the good crowd that can make a difference. When it's packed and it's still a fairly well-behaved crowd, you know, like they're not just, you know, that's like that's such a fun way to see a movie. What are we getting told here? That at this point you get access to 70. Is 70 all you need to beat the game? Oh, like to get to the yeah, right. Doing the right. Yeah, when you don't have an active chicken jockey situation kicking off. Well, what's funny is there's been a lot of videos coming across my feed recently of like a couple of Star Wars reveals and like, you know, purportedly, oh, this is someone filming it. It's a bootleg, like in a theater, like on opening night or something. And it's interesting to just hear. I feel like he was dealing with so little lag for a little bit that I didn't know what was going on. Didn't feel right. Anyway, well, let me start collecting some coins, I guess. Maybe there was another... I don't know, man. Maybe there were a couple more coins on the bottom that last time. I think that this, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go get this other star real quick. I think it's gonna be pretty easy. I think it's the one that's like a... You know... Yeah. I was even... Once I saw it, I was like, oh, okay. Well, we haven't gotten that yet. That'll be easy. Gotta put your metal cap on and get into the cage. Whichever cap, man. Yeah, right. yeah, it's funny. Definitely, yeah, bootlegs. It's interesting they're still out there at this point. I mean, most of the time you could just bootleg the digital copy, right? But yeah, it's totally, yeah. Yeah, I've talked to someone who grew up in New York, and he was talking about how, like, his family would cheap out and do that sometimes, get the bootleg tape, a VHS, you know, and it's like filmed in the theater. Like, but you gotta see it, you know. This music, it's so pretty. So I guess it's like you're technically getting both of these hats. Hold on. I don't know. Maybe you're just getting one at a time. So what happens if he goes in the water like this? Right. Well, you know, and it's interesting because now it's like I said, it's like, you know, big moments of the original movies that they're Let's see, where is it? Which way am I going? You know, and like you get to see the audience reaction to this or that, like big reveal. Bing bong bong, ding dong dong, bing bong bong. There we go. Here we go. Oh. The ding dongs and bing bongs are back. Yeah, so it's interesting. Yeah, I guess you get the, and I forget what they call the invisibility one or the, but yeah, you get that one first, and then you get that metal one. I just pulled some hair out. Awesome. That's gaming. Yeah, it's the hair's coming out a little bit easier with no help from me these days, but yeah, I think you get the thank you Vanish Cap first, then you get the metal one. The metal one lets you sink down, and I guess you're able to go through that grate there. Yeah, just tearing it out in frustration. Rip. Hey, we're at 71 stars now. 69 is in the rear view mirror. Oh, we still need 100 coins in that level. I guess we'll do it now. Some of these levels, you know, it's like the how many coins will be in there, the opportunities will change based on which, you know, which level you select. And I which one did I pick? Let's see. Hi, Shark. All right, we're in. We're popping in, just like the coins. I do not want to go into the whirlpool, no. So I'll take it slow. Hey guys, thanks for hanging. I've really enjoyed the last, you know, several sessions of playing with you guys. It's been nice. I've really had a good time, and it helps too that we're playing some of the best games of all time. I'm cheating a little bit. Do. Don't die on me, Mario. It's gonna die to get that coin. Oh, I wonder if I knew that about the shark. Maybe I've always been too afraid to try it. I feel like I'm just gonna swim into it and be damaged. Let's see. Damn. He's outswimming me. This shark is fast. I'll give him that much. I don't know, yeah, I love holding the action button too. Navi says pay attention to the action button. Yeah. Hey, I was wondering, I've really been looking for the 151st Pokemon. If anybody can help me find the 151st Pokemon, that'd be nice. Well, when I saw the action button, I was like, well, what's the action button, first off? That was my, Okay, let's, I've used all my coins, I guess. So let's, take it to the surface. I always forget that there's no land in this level, huh? You really don't. I mean, you have, like in that other room, you get a little bit of grate to stand on, I guess, but I would just like to do. Could give me coins too. All right, let me get into the other section now. Let's see what's up. I had a really good time with Chrono Trigger. That one's, you know, I may say that it's wrapped up on stream, or at least leave it open for a little bit. I think I could use a little bit of a break. Awesome game. I mean, and short enough that when you're not streaming it and, you know, carrying on 3 conversations at the same time, you can beat it, and it doesn't take that long, you know, it's not that many hours of a playthrough. Yeah. I am reserving the right to maybe come back and do something on it, you know, like New Game Plus related. I don't know what yet, but it's funny because in my head, the New Game Plus feels like it wouldn't take long at all, because it's like, oh, you would easily win every battle, but, you know, a lot of the game is still going around, talking to NPCs, etc., but I guess if you know exactly where you're going, I could maybe get us to a cool New Game Plus ending. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Huber. Yeah. Totally, yeah. It's such a dense game that I think, you know, it was maybe my 4th playthrough or something in many years, but it really is like, it's funny, some things I remember really well, including a few specific lines, you know, things like that, but then so much of it, there were big events that I'd forgotten about, and so many of the, like, story beats that connect all this stuff, like, if you look at the game, I think it can be kind of overwhelming, like, if you see how many chapter titles there are. But really, it's just that the game gives you a reason to keep moving. When you do this, like, kind of, quote, backtracking to other areas, it feels you've got a reason to be there, usually. And there's usually something else going on, too, than the first time you were there. And I think it's all really well done. The story is kind of just moves at a breakneck pace. I mean, thankfully, being an RPG, you can stop at any time and just walk around the map, lost, or, you know, talk to that same NPC for the 99th time, but yeah, I had a good time with that playthrough. That was fun. And like I said, we may get back into it with some of the New Game Plus, but I think I could use a little something else in the interim, so I figured fire this one up for us. And I usually play this game on Fridays, but doing it one day out of the week and in the way I've been doing it is not gonna get it done anytime soon. It's got a ways to go, so I want to start doing some pickup streams on this one. I'm just trying to, well, pick up some stars mostly. I don't know if we're gonna get it this time either. Let me see if there's like a best, maybe there's a best specific course you want to pick in this level that yields the most coins. I don't know. Could also be a couple things for ways to get some coins that I don't know of. But this right here is just another couple. There's like 6 right here. It's funny to see when the heads-up display at the top, whenever it gets down to where the all the ironworks are here, the little, you know, this little barrier. It's funny because it'll just sort of get it all glitchy and stuff. I was sort of noticing that earlier. Okay, see if I get the camera down a little bit. Look at that. Yeah. That's funny. Hey, Ken, thanks. Yeah, hey. Hey, thanks for that. Yeah. Welcome. Happy Thursday. I don't know if I can live up to that reputation, the chillest dude on the net, but I'll try. And unless the situation calls for an angry rant, and then I'll give you my best. Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, it's been fun to play lately, and it's interesting because we've been. Oh, that's death right there. Well, at least ejection from the level. Yeah, it's been growing a little bit lately. I think especially on the YouTube side, although Twitch is on a general curve upwards. Then yeah, I'm thankful for it. There's a little more I want to do with it because as much as I like just streaming and playing games, there's another aspect of it too that I'll do sometimes. It's a little more like a kind of a, I don't know, it's like a video game variety show. Kind of video podcast. Podcast, that word does not it's not the best, but yeah, it's more, it's kind of like almost like a public access show for games, and you know, of course with, you know, yeah, with like a, you know, I don't know, a comedic sense at the center of it, hopefully, but yeah, I want to mix in a little more of those segments and stuff, and yeah. Oh, interesting. Yeah, Pokemon Stadium. Hey, time to stop. Yeah, you know, it's funny because, like, I've said it. I've mentioned it before, and I know that it sounds terribly neglectful, but you know that my dad left me at Walmart because I wouldn't stop playing this game at the demo. But he didn't intend on, like, actually leaving me there. He just, like, went to the Hardee's to get a drink and next door. And I'll just say, it was while he was doing that, and I guess he's on his way back or something, or still in line, but I'm looking around for him and he's not there, and I'm just like, you know, no, like, where's my dad? And I remember they were started to do something towards they weren't going to lock it down, but they like paged him a couple of times over the thing, and then, well, yeah, he was just gone for like 10 minutes or something. And I will say I learned a lesson, which is that well, I don't know, Dad would want to hear this, but maybe the lesson I learned was that, hey, sometimes if something's worth it enough to you, you'll get your ass left behind in order to achieve it. You're willing to give up the comforts of the world, such as, you know, shelter, family, food, etc. Stand up for what you believe in. Oh yeah, and I did take him a little more seriously from that point forward, for sure. Yeah, when he told me it was time to go, at a certain point, I was ready to go because I had the stuff at home, you know. So that was maybe that's the only thing that got me out of those situations moving forward, was once I got my own 64, I felt like I could let my hands off of that greasy demo controller and walk away. Even if I didn't have that game we were playing, because I had something else I could come home to, you know. Yeah. Thanks, Nick. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Ken. Yeah, thanks. It'd be fun to get other people, you know, working on it too, because I never truly set out to just do, like, just be a streamer, so to speak. And in fact, when I, like, I talk about the people, or I talk with folks who do something more akin to just like streamer, where it's like, you know, 5 days a week or more, and it's, you know, often huge chunks of time, and it really is, they're just kind of hanging out, playing games, and doing a lot of the same stuff I would do here, you know, but yeah, I think I would rather do something fewer times a week, but have it like throw a little polish on it, but then it's still, you know, I want there to be a level of it being, you know. If I tried to make everything perfect, I'd never be able to start a stream. I don't know where the remaining 10 coins are. Hold on, let me get back down here again. Let's see what's up. Get a quick breath and then come back down here. Oh yeah, we do have a, you know, yeah, thank you. We do have what we got? We got 3 more red coins, so that's 6. How did I miss those? Oh, it's the ones that start over here, huh? Okay. Yeah, some of that is just getting busy, Ken. It's really hard to clip things. I really struggle with like the workload for this stuff, and knowing like what to clip and whatnot, because yeah, it's I think at a certain point I did this show, like if you guys see in the if you're on YouTube and stuff, there is a playlist for, it says like Parvinator episodes, I believe, and that was what I called I only got, I think 3 or 4 episodes out, maybe just 3, and I was working on the 4th one, and I was doing it like prior to that, I'd been doing like segments pretty much every stream that I was doing, and the kind of lead up to that, I was doing something sort of in that character, and it was just so much work, and I was like, okay, let me just do like a once a week show, and then the other days are just, I'm playing a game, I'm just hanging out, not that much prep. But even that, I was like, dang, this is it's a lot of work. But I think I would like to restart that show at some point. Maybe you know, some changes or a different. Could we call it something else, or could I'm not married to like you know, doing it exactly like it was before. But I don't know. I think I would like to do something like that, because it felt really fulfilling, and I would like to do this more like a, I don't know, man, it's tough to say. I really enjoy the streaming aspect, but I've done some stuff in comedy outside of this, and like a little bit of acting and voiceover stuff. The voiceover was doing okay for a little bit, and then it totally petered out for me. It's just, I don't like I don't really go out for auditions or stuff anymore, but I want to put some of that stuff into video games. Like I have a little bit of training at this point in, you know, kind of broadcasting, and a little bit in comedy and stuff like that. And it's like I love games so much, and I want to find a way to. I truly wish I could find a way to make ends meet just doing something like this. It would have to be to a greater extent than what I do now, but I've joked with my partner that like you know, I would have loved just like, I don't know. There were many opportunities for something like a video game show in the past, but I mean, you did have stuff on Tech TV, G4 TV. I feel like something like that could play well on, you know, like Adult Swim streaming stuff, that there's an audience for it, you know, it's, but yeah, it's, yeah, it's just like, it's something different to offer, and it's like, yeah, for me, it's, you know, I don't know. Yeah, thanks, Ken. Yeah, absolutely. No, I hear you. Yeah, thank you for that. Anyway, don't mean to be too, don't, I shouldn't be meta for, hang out in the meta for too long, but yeah, I do appreciate the feedback because, like, I've been at a bit of a crossroads for a long time, trying to figure out what to do. Because, yeah, it's a struggle. Like, if I wanted to have something that's a sort of a video game variety show, part of that is no one's going to be lining up to pay me to do that, you know. So you have to, excuse me, you got to like build up, and I think something through Patreon or something like that would be the way to go eventually. Anyway, we'll nothing in the works for now, so I just keep it up, and I do want to mix in some of that stuff every now and then. Like, it'd be easy to just grab something from Reddit to discuss every now and then, or take a look at. I would do like video game anniversaries and stuff, and that was fun. Just like stuff too that you didn't have to do a whole lot of prep on. Anyway, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. It's been fun to do this lately and see, you know, more people show up and respond, and it's you know, there's a lot of places to go and get and be entertained. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. It means a lot. It does, because part of it too is even just finding folks, you know. There's really great stuff out there, people that you might want to connect with on games, or at least just hang out in that space. And it's, you know, it's such a big world that it can be impossible to, you know, like you just don't even see it. And I think about that with like how YouTube works with impressions and stuff, and you got to do enough clickbait to bring people in, but then you also hope you bring people in who like know about, who like it's a good fit, you know. You don't just want the clickbait to not, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's got to hit with an audience that you want it to hit. And I think one of the things that kind of bugs me about a lot of video game spaces is I think that there becomes there becomes, for some of the biggest ones, kind of a drift towards always like trying to appeal to kids and stuff, and that's not what I want to do at all. And it's like, I don't know, there's a lot of big names out there, at least the a lot of the like ones that get the most viewership and stuff. Not always, but often it's like there's a lot of gearing everything they do towards a growing audience, or towards, and sometimes that's like, yeah, just honestly trying to fill the chat with a bunch of kids, and that doesn't appeal to me at all. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can get another. I'm about to die here. Are there really not another few coins just hanging out? Where's that shell? Okay, here it is. Holy shit. I'm gonna die. What a good way to go out, too. Get it! Get the bubbles right there. Okay, that was bogus. Wah! I do it. Tony's mother. Ow! Ow! She just has the best, like, oh no, you know, like, oh, stank face all the time. That's a hard way to go out. Yeah. Yeah, we could actually go beat the final Bowser. Now at this point. 1-800, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for the F. F's in the chat, and now a W in the chat for 1-800. Yeah, welcome. How you doing? Yeah, that was a big derp move, that I gotta admit. That was high on the derp scale. The derpster scale. Do. I'm gonna look that up actually. I wonder what, yeah, here we go. Someone was asking about 100 coins earlier. Yeah, actually I was right. Looks like we got them all like up to that point. Up to, they call it Waterland in this version. Yeah. Yeah. Hope you're doing okay, 1-800. Welcome. Do. I would like to go back to the lobby. Do. Oh, is it? I guess it's these stairs I want. Just not used to running up. Things are good. Thank you. I was hoping for that. Yeah, things are good. Just, yeah, I've been having a good time lately, putting a lot into the streams, and this week has been kind of wacky schedule-wise, because Tuesday night, I was like, oh man, I don't want to wait till I've been streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Tuesday I beat Chrono Trigger, and it went super long. One of the longest streams I've had. And, yeah, it went super long, but it was still fun. It was hey, thanks. Yeah, sometimes one or the other can be a little bit better, like resolution-wise or experience, yeah. But yeah, it's been good. Yeah, it's been good. Just been busy and yeah, had a B-day recently. That was nice. Celebrated playing a little Chrono Trigger, beating it. And then I just felt bad because I knew it was taking a long time, and it was like yeah, this is what I want to do my birthday thing. But I also wanted to hang out with my wife a little more that night. And it was funny because I came out for a break and I was like, hey babe, like I'm in a weird situation. Like I could save and quit, they're giving me a lot of opportunities to do that in the game. I was like, I did say I wanted to beat this, and she's like, well, you should do it. You should, if you said you're going to beat it, you should do it, And I was like, all right. Thanks, babe, But then it's like, it's like almost 11 or so. And she's like, all right, well, I hung out for just a little bit. And she's like, okay, well, I need to go to bed now. So here I am. I just finished a stream. And even though I was like kind of tired, it was like, I'm like, oh shit, I'm going pretty much straight from streaming to like, okay, let me try to wind down now. It was a long wind down, but I eventually made it. Yeah. Oh yeah, thanks, Devin. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm more just, I'm just kind of lost in thought. Sorry, I know that's got to be excruciating. Yeah, she's really supportive. Oh, yeah, she always is. I mean, yeah, I couldn't ask for anything more in a partner. Yeah. With that being said, the next day, yesterday, I was like, you know what? I feel kind of bad. I'm headachy. Maybe I stream, but if I do, I'm going to do it early and cut it off because I want to chill, I want to actually, I love you guys, but I also, wanted to spend my birthday with another real human as well, right there. Well, you guys are real humans, but again, you get me, I did want to spend a little more time on that day with, people IRL right here with me. So I was like, you know what? All right, well, I'm gonna finish this game tonight, and yeah, tomorrow, let's hang. So that was nice. Had a headache, but that started to go away, and just, yeah, didn't stream yesterday, but then got to chill with her, and we played some Final Fantasy VII, and that was nice. So, yeah. You might not be real.
No, you didn't have to do that.
Metroid. Hoobra, hey, thank you for the tip. Oh, hey, thank you for that. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for helping to support the stream, man. I appreciate that. Metroid's just a bot. All right, well, guys, I'm going to get a break in just a second. I think I'm kind of due one. Due a break. I put the green screen back just a little bit today. I've been wanting to play around with it a little bit because it's funny. The other day, Ichigo had a great comment about it feels like I'm in the Man in the Box right now, and you know, that hurt. It cut me deeply. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. No, it was actually like, oh yeah. And I have sometimes wanted to sort of change that a little bit. Yeah. Hey, sounds good, Hubra. Yeah, everybody take a little break. I'm gonna get one here in a bit. But yeah, I want to play around with using the green screen for not the full background and do like a half green screen, or work it in some, I don't know, there's some sort of fun things you can do when you mix the real with the green screen. And so yeah, just yeah, thank you. Yeah, this, of course, we got this is like what you see when you're about to go into dire, or that level we were just in. Yeah, dire docks. That's the one, right? Yeah, pretty sweet, huh? But yeah, I want to play around a little more with stuff like this, and there's some fun things you can do when you don't have everything behind you, like a full backdrop that's green screen. You can get some really cool mix between a real and you know, whatever you're throwing up on the green screen. I watched this. It was during COVID. There was this concert, and I'm like, I'm trying to remember what it was. Like, what if it was like for a cause? It might have been I think you had to buy, like, I think that there was like a cheap price or something, but Mac DeMarco was on it. Like, he did a song or two as part of this concert, and he'd set up this little scene outside where he was like next to his, like, this little I don't know, this outhouse, not an outhouse, but like a little shed or something he had out in his backyard, and he had set up the green screen for only part of the shot. And then he also,
it's a new follower.
Hey, thanks for the follow too. Yeah. Welcome to the Twitch side. He put a bunch of green tape on his guitar as well, but only in like certain spaces and a little bit under the fretboard, and it was just enough to make, you know, like, you know, he's holding the guitar, but then like parts of it would have the background coming through, you know. So you can get some pretty sweet little effects going when you mix that stuff together. But yeah, I just don't have a good way of showing that, but it just looks so cool because he had this sweet little trippy background. And of course, it's coming through on all the green stuff, and he had taken that tape and put a little bit on his guitar and had a setup to where you could see some of his backyard, but not all of it. It was really cool. Yeah. Inspiring stuff. He is good. 1-800. And it's interesting, too, because he's got this big song that I didn't realize was actually a cover of this Japanese artist. It's one of his biggest ones. It's the I've got a little brain fart right now, but yeah, it was a cover of this Japanese. Shoot, where'd the get this down, please? Hey, we got the numbers up a little bit. We're not at 69 anymore. We're at 71 stars. The penguin needs to get off my ass. All right, I should get a little break, guys. Let's take a break. See you back here in just a little bit. Thanks again for hanging. I almost hit stop. I was just gonna change. I'm sorry. I was about a click away from stopping the stream. Good stuff. BRB, guys. See you in a bit.
Game Freak ran out of money and couldn't continue.
Are you ready, kids?
I'm tired.
No, don't go to the schedule. No, don't go there. How dare you? Sorry. What's going on? I swear I've done this before. At least once. Sorry. All right, guys, what's up? Welcome. Sometimes you hit the wrong button and then you get nervous and you just start doing it over and over again, you know? Welcome, guys. Happy Thursday. Good to see you. I'm usually here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but what am I going to do? Sit around just preparing for tomorrow? I got this penguin on my ass about having just 69 stars. It's all I turned in for the month. He's telling me that's a problem and his reputation's on the line, and yeah, I mean, well, we're up to 71 now, but you know, things are getting better. Welcome. Let's play. Let's-a go.
America's wonderful.
All right. We're in the upstairs now, which I don't know if I should do this now or if I should. I think maybe I should do some cleanup on the previous levels. We've got some brand new worlds we can go to, including what I guess is the next, if you know, in the order that the game gives them, the next level, which would be, I think, Snowman's. You know what? Let's just, come on, let's do it. Wait, that's not it. I knew that. You know what? The water, let me see. I'm not ready to go to any other worlds just yet. I'm glad you asked, Nick. Let me see what's up. Is there a best? Let's see, 100 coin star for Dyer. Do. This one has you another annoying 100 coin star due to the low number of overall coins and the constant swimming. Start by grabbing the line of 5. Okay, well, we've got a guide from IGN. Should we need it? I'm just, you know, quick scan here to see kind of what I could be missing. $30 coins from the blue coins, right? Swim down the 3 coin rings and 2 coin pillars. It's possible that, you know what? It's possible. I'm seeing some stuff that's along a slope. And where is that? Sorry, let me show you what I'm looking at. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I wish... yeah, it's too bad. I've got an IGN guide here. Let me see what else we got. I will say, let me clue you guys in on this real quick. Ever since we fought Bowser last week, I've just had that theme song, or the Bowser Road music. It's just insane. I think Koji Kondo like just gets, I don't know, I appreciate him even more as I get older, and it's and I also can still sometimes connect with that kid that, you know, was really moved by his stuff without sometimes even necessarily realizing it, or, you know, often I think it was quite in the foreground of my mind. Wow, this music is great. But, you know, it's also there pushing you on sometimes, making you dig deep. And maybe you're not always consciously, of course, you're not always consciously thinking of the music. So, all right. You know what? Oh, my privacy is important to you? Now you ask me that, huh? Do. Make sure they're not gonna pull some bullshit. Okay, there we go. So I'm looking at this slope, And I don't know where that is, and there's a few coins here. That would be helpful. 5 coins on the top of the rocky wall of the first room. Well, shit, I'm probably getting those if it's the first room. All right, well, let's give it one more shot, shall we? Come on, why not? Let's do it. Thank you, Firefox. Do 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 do.
Are you ready for this?
Do 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 do. Some audio stuff got switched around somehow when I was I don't know what happened, but in between my last couple streams, oh shit. Sorry, one second.
Are you ready for this?
Like, is this gonna work? Sorry, I don't know what just happened. Give me 1 second. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing in life. All right. Now I'm good. Life or Mario 64. All right, here we go. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's quite close to the very beginning. And if I had to guess, I'm probably already getting those coins. But there's something we're missing, so let's get in. Thanks, Ken. I know there's a lot on the line right now, so no pressure at all, you know.
Are you ready for this?
Oh, I meant to show this off earlier, but I don't know if that shell in there is going to help us get any more coins, but I don't know. If so, maybe I need to get rid of this sign here. My buddy got this for me. He went to Super Nintendo. I always mix it up. What do they call it? Super Nintendo World. I've even been there, and I still, my mind gets hung up on it every time. Yes, Super Nintendo World at Universal. Yes, okay, right. And yeah, I think he was like there the first couple months it was open or something, and remember he brought this back, and I think he had played the Mario Kart. Like, they just had the one game there, and I think this same situation still. One main game, and then if you have this expensive wristband, you can do these other games that are like, that don't seem, I don't know. Some of that stuff was like a little puzzles and things. I don't know, you're walking into a mushroom house or something, and there's like a couple of puzzle stations, and yeah. A Satellaview. That's one of my big what ifs. Yeah, I've never played any of the BS stuff. The BS Zelda. Yeah. Also, just sounds so great. I know that the acronym, it wasn't intended for an English-speaking audience, but I will never not laugh at seeing BS Zelda somewhere. Come on, that's funny. You know, come on. Yeah, they were mentioning early on, I guess there's a... Look at this. I wonder if I caught this earlier. The pop-in, yeah, the pop-in makes... You really gotta explore, huh? Your eyes may deceive you. I'll never see people discussing BS Zelda, not, you know, it's a... not think it's funny. It's, I don't know. That stuff seems interesting. It's kind of crazy that that was pulled off at that time, isn't it? I mean, and the social aspect of it, like I don't know what the heck I would do. It was such a kind of a crazy system the way, you know, it all worked. But I do think that social aspect of everybody playing at the same time, that's really interesting. I could see my friends and I just being, you know, into that, or who knows, maybe, you know, you just hope one of your friends has got the Satellaview, you know. It looks interesting, doesn't it, Nick? It looks like a very seriously cool looking Zelda game. Okay, well, we can do better than that. What's up, Tater? Welcome, buddy. How you doing? I'm trying to get to some positive sound effects. I'm looking down at you suck. Macintosh sounds. There it is. Okay, we're into the hellos. Let me just stay here for a little bit. That one's nice.
Hi, my name is Gabe Newell, and I work at Valve.
Yeah, it's interesting. It really was ahead of its time, yeah. And it's fascinating. Like, I didn't know some of the stuff about like Sega modem until, you know, a few years ago, and you know, it's really interesting that even. Well, now that's got me curious. Like, I'm trying to remember. Like, what is the earliest game? Is there anything 8-bit that had modem connectivity? Anything for the Famicom? Like, I don't know. Probably at that point, no. But I don't know. It's interesting to think of like people also playing like online mahjong and stuff like that via a Super Famicom, and I'm just imagining, like, I don't know. I'm just imagining that like 50-year-old businessman or something who's like, he's got a small place, you know, he's many years divorced at this point, he's smoke-filled, you know, apartment, or a cramped apartment, and he's turning on a Super Famicom and getting some mahjong in, you know.
Came in here, no problems.
Tater, day's been pretty good. Yeah, it's been a good one, man. I was sitting around twiddling my thumbs, and you know, I just felt I felt the hate rise up in me. You know, kneel down and clear the stone of leaves. No, I felt this feeling coming up, just I don't know, an itchiness to get to it. Why am I preparing for Friday and making this thumbnail when I could be doing this game and hanging out with people right now? You know, I don't know. Let's get into the level. We got to get 100 coins. It's 100 coins or bust. Tater, you'd be proud of me. So far, I got all 100 coins up until this level. Yeah. But yeah, this one's for Tater. I've tried this one a time or two now, and I think I may have been missing this little shelf here of coins. We'll see.
I'm Ben from Triple Jump.
Do.
Do you copy? Emergency maneuver.
We're on a roll. Yeah, I'm curious, Ken. Yeah, I'm curious what are the oldest systems that have some kind of modem connection or great. Yeah, the Satellaview is just it is nuts. Those, and then I am really fascinated by, I guess there's folks that have made like SNES ROMs of some of the missions that you would do, or like I guess all the missions that you would do in BS Zelda. I think a lot of that stuff is at this point available for, you know, your Offline perusal. Yeah, Ken. Yeah. Yeah, I was just seeing something on this somewhat recently. That's cool. Yeah. I think that some of this stuff has been out for a little while, and then, yeah, I think that maybe they're still working on stuff, huh? But yeah, I think certain, because it was like so I don't remember all the details here, but one aspect of Satellaview, like for this BS Zelda, would be that it was on some kind of timer, and it would only happen, so many times a week or once a week or something like that. But you're basically going in and playing for an hour or so, and everybody has access to this like new kind of challenge. And it was within, well, they had a couple of things. They had some stuff that was set in A Link to the Past, and it was just some interesting like official ROM hacks, essentially like just official ROM hacks of A Link to the Past, and then there were some where you're in that 16-bit treatment of the original Zelda game. Live commentary, yeah. I think there were a couple of surprises. Don't throw me for a loop on this one, but yeah, I think, yeah, that's there would be like sounds and stuff that they would put through, huh? Like they would control like the it's really interesting. Okay, so trying to get all 34 here. Let's see, let me I think we have the hard stack that's like just to our right. Oh, is that already done? Don't you die here. Get out, swim forward. There you go. I think I was doing too much too much tilting back on the control stick. You need to just like swim forward, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, yeah. It's interesting too, because I don't know, like I said, in some ways it feels like now's a better time than ever to be into these retro games. There's so much that's known about them. There's a lot of ways to play. I'm really excited by what, these advances in FPGA and emulation, decomp, and all that stuff. It's just, I don't know. None of it is stuff that I know very much about, but it's bringing games to a lot of people who played them then, and a lot of generations that didn't get a chance to play it at the time it was out and popular. And it's honestly, I don't know if there's ever been a better time to be a retro gamer, other than the fact that depending on I guess this depends on where you are on your own timeline, but yeah, you may not have as much time to play as you maybe did at one point. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people get bugged by these, by water levels. I don't know. I think I always enjoyed it. When you're about to, when you're about to asphyxiate or watch your character die, that's of course always a traumatic experience. But yeah, I think I'm not for me, I'm not as bugged as it seems a lot of people are about the levels, but it's that's also the thing about irrational fears as well. Like I was actually mentioning that a lot of people, don't mean to repeat it too much, but yeah, the other day I think something came up, and what's the term? Is it but it's thalassophobia. a specific phobia that involves a persistent, intense fear of deep bodies of water, such as the ocean or a lake. And yeah, I have seen so many references to, or people like use, if you type that in or something, Mario 64, there's a couple of examples where people talk about the eel with, oh shoot, more stuff here. The eel in, well, in this game, and then in Majora's Mask. Yeah, it's interesting. It's funny. I think maybe I even learned that word. It was either around this or around this King Gizzard song called Open Water. That was about the time that I'm like, okay, what is this? I can deduce from this that it means a fear of open water, but I'm not familiar with this word. Let me go double check. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I will say this, I didn't enjoy being on a boat. I went on a cruise, and I enjoyed the time with everyone, but the actual travel aspect, not a huge fan, you know. Echo the Dolphin, that sounds cute. And then, if you don't know much about Echo the Dolphin, but you know one or two things, it may be like some of those crazy ass bosses that take up like half the screen and look just, I don't know, like something out of a dark sci-fi game or a movie. I played Echo the Dolphin, so I didn't have a Genesis, but or a Super NES, but Genesis I would get my hands on even less. Like, I do remember there was this hairdresser my mom would go to, and she would cut hair out of her home, and you know, it was funny because like the only two things I remember about hanging out there would be playing Echo the Dolphin one time, and then they had one of those creepy crawlers ovens. And this was like I think this was one of only like 2 times I actually got to play around with a creepy crawler set and like make it and, you know, bake it and they're creepy, they're crawler, they're purple and green. Da, 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 na, 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 na. But yeah, it was those are the two memories from that. That's like all I remember. It wasn't. Yeah, you had to you had to put it into these little molds, and then it would go into this tiny oven. Yeah, and so help me out here though. Oh, it was Easy Bake Oven was the very clearly like they're going for the like. Yeah. It's probably like basically just slap a couple different stickers on and, you know, but it's like, yeah, just an obvious like, oh, for his and hers, you know, like with the way everything was branded and stuff. That's funny. Hadn't thought about that. Yeah, the Easy Bake Oven, right? That's like the counter. It's got to be the counterpart, you know. Except with that one, you're making stuff you can actually eat, which, as I say this, you know, maybe the technology was out there, but I'm not remembering that you could actually eat anything that was creepy or crawly. Or specifically a creepy crawler. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know. Yeah, I'm like, did I get to eat them or did I just wave them around? Yeah, I remember them being like sort of alien bug and like worm shaped and like I don't know. Yeah, it was. But yeah, I don't remember if I was eating those or if those were like whatever one we had was non-edible. It's asking the big questions here, man.
It's about time you showed up, Fox. You're the only hope for our world.
This is the part where the timer gets quite loud, doesn't it? Click. I guess that's about right. All right, I gotta get my ish together, figure this out. We need 100 coins. You hear me, Mario? Don't pull any dumb shit. Do 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 do.
What's the difference between me and you?
I'm just catching up on chat. I was seeing most of this. Whoops. I did the weird double click to Metroid. Thankfully, I didn't mute him this time. Yeah, the gummy lab where you make brains, hearts, and bones. Yes, I remember a commercial for that too. Yeah, the He-Man toy that came with a tub of goo that you pour on He-Man's head. You know what? I don't know that I remember that one. That's great. I gotta see that at some point.
What's up, Pikachu?
Nick had a creepy crawler set. Nice. Oh, cool. Some potions. Yeah. Somebody got me at some point in time some lab kit, or it was, like kids can do science kind of thing. And I don't know, I totally, it was one of those presents that I think never, sadly never got used, I don't believe. My science was playing a game long enough to when you go down and you turn off the 64 and you pull the card out, you're going to play something else. You're smelling a little ozone, that was all the science that I really needed. And then what I was learning in school was helpful too. Science lab at home. If I wanted science, the kid next door, I could probably just go over to his house and see what he was up to. He's probably in the process of figuring out how he was going to burn or blow something up. So, it was... If I needed that, and sometimes you need that in your life, I could have... It was there, Applied science. I was really enthused about the Easy Bake Oven for a while. I should have just looked into actual baking. That's what's funny about it, is that I think if you're able to use an Easy Bake Oven, let's be honest, you're able to do something in the kitchen regarding baking. You can do something. You can help stamp a star or a shape out of a cookie dough or something. There's... But then again, if you set that thing up outside, I remember this was it was outside, maybe so that if it caught fire, doesn't burn the place down. But this, with this one, it's like the kids could do it unsupervised, even though I'm sure they weren't supposed to, but yeah. I think I'm safe if I do this. Yeah, I don't want to get caught in the... All right, we're at 93. But I think that there's some more down here that we haven't touched. Oh, and there's a couple red coins. I think we're going to be okay. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, okay. I do remember a Terminator version of that. Yes, that's interesting. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you would kids well, see, the kids would graduate from playing with the Terminator, you know, easy bake oven mold or whatever, and they would go from that, you know, which allows you to see the insides of this thing and, you know, sort of layers and whatnot. It's a natural step when they get into middle school, and some kids like, oh, you got to see this band called Tool, man. I remember my cousin in 8th grade or something. He got, I don't know, some year he bought the he had the CD for Schism, and by Tool, and he showed it to me, and it was. On the inside, it had the coolest little art book inside that was, you know, very much like each like layer of it was a plastic. It was like a little plastic kind of thing that you could flip through a little bit. It had this little book insert into it, but it was, each one of them was like layers of the human body, and, you know, very much like looking at an anatomy book or what have you. But yeah, it was very sweet. I remember like just being like, oh, that's cool. And everything my cousin showed me had the like it always had the extra cool, you know, it's the he's a good tastemaker, so yeah, he shows me something that chances are it's probably going to be pretty good, you know, or I'm going to be into it, you know. Oh shit, Mario, you just we should use the other one. What are you doing? Not the one you kicked out, but that one over there. I do wonder, I mean, yeah, I wonder, they must have made those things, they probably don't get hot, huh? I bet the thing had to cook in there forever. Because I'm like, how do you make that without it being totally dangerous? Mario, you fool. What was that? So I'm imagining it was a slow bake. Come on. You know what? I'm stopping the run. Wow, the game volume is quite high. A lot higher than I usually roll with, but... Test. We'll do it for the Kondo. This one's for Koji. Kondo-san. We're gonna do this. Right here this is 99, and then there's something down in the bottom, I think, for us. Oh shoot, there's, yeah, the last coin. $101. You know, I really like this feat. I actually like the feature of the 100th star showing up wherever you get it. And I love the double star there too. Isn't that cool? I didn't see that coming. Honestly, I didn't see that last red coin there, but... What a game. What a view. Do, 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 do.
Hey, at least I'm housebroken.
Give me 1 second, guys. I meant to stop on this moment, but maybe not linger so long, but hey, here it is.
Are you surprised at my tears, sir?
Single rainbow, double rainbow, triple rainbow. Let's go. Do, 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 do. I need my double rainbow sound. Where is it?
Hey, Jamesy.
Give me a hell yeah!
The graphics and sound just blew my fucking balls off.
I think there's something special about this soundtrack where, like, for it being just the first, for it being the first Nintendo 64 game, it's insane how much this soundtrack knocks it out of the park. And in some ways, it's interesting. Like, I'm trying to think back to the time when the 64 is still like the current Nintendo system, and as other games came out, and I'm into Star Wars and other stuff like that, and playing those games and whatnot, like there is a certain point at that time when I'm kind of thinking this sounds a little simple. Or at the very least, I think it's just like, you know, it's kind of the newness of everything else that can build off of a game that had to, you know, kick off the system. You know, you got to start somewhere. Of course, look at like Super Mario World and what a great soundtrack that was. Same thing, you know, being a launch title, but yeah, I think I've really come to appreciate almost every track here. I mean, well, really the whole thing, but like some of the tracks have just taken on an even greater significance, and it's just like, damn, I don't know. It's also from a musical critique, when I try to just listen, do what little I can to turn the nostalgia filter off, or at least down a bit. There's complexities that in the music that I think as a kid could be felt even if you didn't necessarily hear them, you know? And yeah, just thinking about like starting into those Bowser levels, and again, that like flip at the beginning down to the level, just how pumped I would feel, you know? Still do at this time, and it coinciding with that a descending, you know, little intro there. Of course, fitting perfectly with him flying down and then building back up from that point, which is what you have to spend that level doing. That song has a real feeling of climbing and falling down, doesn't it? Like climbing higher and falling down and being hopeless. Yeah, that I don't know. It's kind of seeing I don't know. I was really appreciating today, just kind of thinking about how long the Bowser levels are in this game. It really lets that music shine, and I think I just appreciate it even more. You know, helps putting some time between playthroughs and coming back, and it's like, yeah, it's good stuff, man. I like that the 100th star appears where it, you know, where you get that, or well, rather the star appears where you find that 100th coin. I know it can be kind of tricky. I've had it, it's like I put it, I think it, when we were doing the Bomb on Battlefield, the first level. I think I like put it way up in the sky because I was having to hit the cannon a bunch of times to try to get the 100th coin and was really close to death. There it is.
In the US, it's mostly Mario that they want.
There's secret holes that you go into.
So, there's this couple we know, this married couple that it's awesome. They have one kid now and one on the way, and I'm hoping the next kid gets the same treatment. I'll let them, call all the parenting shots, of course, but it's funny because they know I'm big into games, and one of them used to play a lot when he was a kid and stuff, and it's just funny because I don't know, like at this point he said he doesn't get a whole lot of time to play, really misses it, and is always like talking to me about systems and like, oh, I thought about getting one and and trying to encourage him and stuff. But he did the next best thing, which was at some point in time with their kids like going to nighttime rotation, which it's so involved, it's crazy, like what it takes to get a kid to go to sleep. Well, yeah, apparently in that nighttime rotation, this song was a crucial part of this was like the end, like it is now sleep time. And I thought that was the coolest thing. He found some, like 30-minute version of it or something, or hour-long version, and apparently the kid falls asleep to this. Baby / toddler at this point. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's so cool. Raising them right. All right, that's 100. I guess I could have just exited the level. That would have been the smart thing to have done, but I got caught up in the moment. All right, wave goodbye to the to the music and to Dire Docks. Bye-bye.
I hope you've all enjoyed our program this morning.
This is like Miyamoto playing Breath of the Wild, and they can't get him to stop climbing trees and picking apples. They've got... everybody's standing back like, dude, I don't want to interrupt him or anything. Like, we really need an answer on this thing. We've been trying to get him to play this part, I'm not going to do it. Hell no. And meanwhile, he's just like going from tree to tree, just, hopping around. All right, that's 72 stars. Not bad. Started at 69, so got a few more. I want to do the Snowman's Land, but there are a couple of stars mixed up, just a couple of lost ones every now and then. Let's see. I think that first snow level. Kaizo Kunoi Rie. Something, Kunori Rie or something, or Kunoi Rie. Two characters that look, I get confused, side by side. I think it's this one. This is level 3, right?
Thank you.
Must not be. This is course 4. Okay. Oh, it's the first water level, eh? Do. Caught up in the moment. Thankfully, we have 100 coins in this level, but we get to hear more of the song. Fukidatsu Mizu Kugure? Going back into the dark depths. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for that. I should pull that. I've got this resource I go to sometimes for the translations of the stage titles. Do woo bing bong. Over at MarioPartyLegacy.com, of all places. I'll show this off in just a second. Yeah. Wait, no, this isn't the one. Actually, this is just the Stars Guide. I was like, wait, what's going on? No, I've got... there was something else. Something that looked very, quite old. I'll have to find it. Almost GeoCities looking.
Bye!
Do. What do we have left on this one? This is course... What is the name of this one? Sorry. Do. Which star did I pick? I'm confused. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, dumb streamer here. Confused. Let's see. Is this it? Yes. Okay, I want to show you guys this once again. I love this. Do. It's funny because you wrote going back into the dark depths, and for half a second I was like, yeah, that's a Mario 64 level. I remember that. That title there. Took it as a proper title. Course 3. Oh, let's see. We're on this last one. Yeah. Fukutasu. Oh, yeah. Fukutasu mizu o kugure. Pass through the gushing water. Or through the jet stream. As the localization. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at. I forgot to do that. I was going to... I accidentally hit it with my leg. A little camera click there. I was just surprised because right at that moment I was trying to enlarge something. So I was... am I on Lucky2's closed circuit TV right now? What is going on? Mario, you take yourself a little nap here. We're doing some research. He's like, oh great, he's going into the Japanese again. The enemies are great. I won't go through all this again, but I had no idea about some of the names like Teresa and Hey Ho for Shy Guy until I played Mario Tennis, I think it was. This is a 19-part series, all Japanese games. It was like they were all bought in one eBay lot. And this is number 19, the last one. And through that I learned some of these like alternate names. There's some fun ones. This is truly going back into the dark depths. Hana-chan for Wiggler. That's funny. Ichigo, welcome, buddy. How you doing, man? We've got at least two parts of the that amazing discourse I saw last night on what was it? The hottest Mega Man boss, Mega Man accessories or like power-ups. That was great, man. Yeah, at least Tater was around earlier, so that was hard-hitting stuff, man. I hope we can get some more of that. We had them doing a tier list on their sexiest you know, Mega Man power-ups. So, and versions of Mega Man as well, too, I suppose. We're on course 3. Yep, like I said, here it is. Pass through the gushing water, through the jet stream. Fukidasu mizu o kugure.
Thank you!
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, it was Ichigo T-Roy and Tater Tutor. If you guys have enjoyed this stream, then you haven't done so already, I give those folks a follow, because they're making some fun stuff too. A whole bunch of streamers around here as well. I really enjoy this community. It's been fun. We got to get Mario through the gushing jet stream or something. I don't know. Something about Mario and gushing. I got lost in the sauce. There it is. So we're gonna... Let me try to remember how we do this. I think you can bring a shell and cut through that, or you can Metal Mario your way over here, but I don't think that there's a, you know, I don't think you're gonna find a cap underwater right there, so... Oh shit! Oh no! Oh no! I'm sorry, guys. I just wanted you to study these Japanese names. You'll be quizzed on them at the end of the stream, guys. It's hard, yeah, it's hard. It helps to have someone doing all that stuff at all times, so you can handle, you know, being a broadcaster. Yeah, technical difficulties all over the place. So, I think, I don't know if there's another place to... Okay, there is. There's a, we've got a box over here. So, I think we just do this, and basically... This isn't that hard, I don't think. I think we just give ourselves a little jump. Just gotta remember where this thing is. That might do it. I could have... Oh, shit. I might do the trick, actually. There it is. Thank you. You're already dead. Let's see. Where were you seeing that? If you're interested in seeing the different names of the stages, let me show you that real quick. Rainbow Cruise for Rainbow Cruise. Chibi Deka Airando. I love Chibi Deka. Chibi Deka Airando. Takai Mountain. Is it a reference, Metroid? Samui Mountain. Hot, cold. Yeah, right. Hot is Ichi. Ichi. Or Ichi? If they're really feeling it. I appreciate having the, like, I appreciate having the translation column as well. Interesting. Maybe it goes back even further. I wouldn't doubt it, though. I think that is a heavily referenced franchise, huh? I've seen that. I've seen that in a movie. I've seen that in a Quentin Tarantino movie. And in a million gifs. That's funny. That's hilarious. Exploding heart, 5-point palm or whatever. What was it? It's interesting because I see that get referenced so much, and I'm just really out of the anime, you know, like I just haven't watched anything in years at this point. I mean, like, Akira gets watched every few years or so. But, you know, nothing else. Yeah. I knew it was an older one. I'm curious if that phrase goes back further, though. Like, even further than that, you know? Yeah. I see, like, it's one that I hear is good. It seems like so many folks in games were into it as well. Tater, welcome. They're drawing from all those references. That's funny, Metroid. Interesting. Oh, cool. Yeah, I know next to nothing about it, so yeah, I don't mean to argue. That's awesome, man. That's it's good to know that it's better than just the memes, you know. But then again, if something is beloved or extremely hated, it gets memed. So, you know, hey. If nobody watches it, you don't. You probably don't show up in a million memes unless it's just the perfect, I don't feel strongly at all about this topic or these, like, absolutes that I'm dealing in, so I'm just gonna drop the whole thing and scratch it from the record. Beep, bum, bum. I would like to watch some more anime. That's one that maybe is worth checking out. I don't know. There is only limited time, though. I don't know. With that being said, okay. I realize I'm being hypocritical because I did watch and have been watching the Pokemon anime while I work out in the morning, and it helps me just dig deep, and I feel like my workouts have never been better. I'm laughing, I'm dancing, I'm singing early in the morning when I should be, you know, angry. At everything around me, at being awake, at my body. And instead I'm, you know, hanging out with my friends, learning lessons, you know, getting badges. Just gonna run around the castle. We have one other thing. Let's see what's left. So that's done. What an easy one that one was. What is level 5? I gotta catch up on the chat. What's level 5? Oh, it's over in the ghost house. Metroid's a very emotional post-apocalyptic martial arts anime. Well, it's funny. It's so funny because out of context, I just see the super ripped. Everybody just looking like so comically ripped. It's good to know it's and not at all surprising that it is very emotional too. Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm tired.
Bochi the Rock? It's only one season, very approachable and fun. Okay, well I'll get a list going. We'll get a note. Anime that I will probably never get around to. But sincerely am interested in. Alright. We gotta put that one in. Fist of the North Star and Bochi. Bachi? Playing some bocce ball? 1 second. Speaking bocce. Binary load lifters. I forgot that I have a soundboard.
Yes.
Oops. Saying true. That'd be a good one.
Where are you? Saying true.
All right. Level 5. Let's go to the ghost house. That's right. That's where I'm trying to go. I like that little Mario hitting the brakes there. It honestly has been, I will say, I have enjoyed going through this first season of the Pokemon anime. I think as a kid, I really only saw a few of those episodes. And for whatever reason, it felt like such a, I mean, maybe I would see something of another season, but I sure as heck thought it was more than that. But as I get into it, I'm like, I don't know. You know, a lot of this stuff isn't ringing a bell for me. And I think I'm noticing too that it is better than I thought it. It's a better watch than I thought it would be now. I have to admit. And I am laughing at some of the Team Rocket stuff that I think is really there for the adults that are watching it with their kids originally, you know, or hey, the adults at heart, or the kids at heart who are watching it during the original run. But yeah, it's in some ways it can be, you know, it is what it is, right? I guess I'll say I'm surprised that I'm enjoying it as much as I am, and that the episodes, a couple of them have felt a little moving, or at the very least, I'm like appreciating the art, and, you know, there's some meta jokes too. It's kind of funny, the level of meta, and it makes me wonder how much of that was in the original Japanese, and then versus how much are they having to take these very Japanese sequences that are happening, or Japanese references that, you know, when Pikachu and them all are like goofing around and that kind of stuff, and it cuts to a different thing, and now Pikachu's got boxing gloves, or, you know, like stuff like that. You know, it's like there's a lot of moments where the episode lets its hair down, and it doesn't take itself too seriously, and a lot of meta, including a point where Team Rocket is like, they come in like towards the end of an episode and they totally call it out about why are we only coming in like there's only 5 minutes, or there's only, you know, whatever, like we're right here at the end of the episode. I can't remember how it was worded, but you know, there's some things like that I don't know, I have enjoyed you know, I'm doing it while I'm working out, so, which is kind of nice, and I will stop and rewind a little bit, but I'm also just letting it play for the most part, which is, you know, I don't have I will admit I'm not sitting there studying it intensely, but it is on, and I'm hearing it, and I'm enjoying it, and it's helping me dig deep into those curls and push-ups. Yeah. Totally Metroid. Yeah, right. That's a good point, you know, yeah. I've missed some stuff a little while ago. Metroid had recommended Fang of the Sun. Dogram. Let me grab that. And let me catch up with this chat. Sorry, guys. Thanks for the suggestion so far. I appreciate that. Yeah. Let's see. We had a question from Huber. Parv, do you? We had a question here. No. I don't have to mime it. I could just go to the news slide if I wanted to. But do you like the middle, bottom, or top section of the castle the most? Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, what do you guys like? Like it's a. I will say this. I think for me, there's a bite. Hold on. Let me get my directions here, or at least the name of this one, and then I'm gonna get us rolling. Kakushibeya no Omedama, big eyeball in the secret room. We haven't done the big eyeball in the secret room? Question mark? One second. Do. Eye to eye in the secret room. All right. Well, aye, Captain.
Do the Macarena.
I think for me it's like a first. So because I have played so much of the first floor, and I would say all the parts up to getting into the basement. For whatever reason, as a kid, I only went all the way through this game a couple of times as a kid. I never got 120 stars. There were some stages that I may not have, like, you know, because I was getting stars elsewhere and I'm eager to go fight Bowser. Maybe this one stage over here that I got a little hung up on one. I only got 2 or 3 stars out of it, and that might have meant that I essentially never played a couple of the levels or a couple of the stars. So for me, I think because so much of my... I guess I was going to say, sorry, just was going to mention that, like, I would start the game a whole bunch and not finish it. And I really did enjoy those first several stars, getting up to the first Bowser fight. And it wasn't necessarily that I ever set out for it to be this way, but even a couple of times I think I would, like a late night kind of thing, like if I'm sitting around and haven't done much retro gaming in a little while and I had access to this game, I would sometimes fire it up and just play for an hour or something, and then maybe never even pick that file up again. And that hour didn't get me as far as a speedrunner's hour, of course, but a whole hour would let them, like, go get something to eat, and I don't know where we're going with for this one. Trying to get to a secret room. Eye to eye. I know there's some eyeballs around here. So for me, I think for a long time, I would say, like, that first segment of the game was my favorite. The first areas you have access to. But I am growing to appreciate the other stuff more, I think. I did think the basement was strange as a kid for whatever reason. Again, it's a little bit of it is just that I played it less. But I think when I got to the basement, I still always kind of had a wait, what? Where am I going? Kind of feeling that I just couldn't escape. Shit. Got that right now. No, there's a door, like, on the side I can use, I think. East is what I want. This takes us outside. Yeah. Hey, I could be down for a cool political war anime with big robots. I haven't been in many years, but I wouldn't be opposed to that, you know. My cousin got me into Gundam Wing as a kid. And hello, eyeball. And I have to admit, I didn't understand everything that was going on in it, but I thought it was really cool. It's just interesting seeing the water from here. It does, yeah. I'm gonna turn the game down again just a little bit. I can go just a smidge higher. This is a hard level to gauge it on too, because you have this like white noise of the of the wind howling. Leave me alone, bug. Looks like I'm not really getting into that Snowman's level tonight, Snowman's Land. You know that Snowman level? Where the hell am I supposed to go? I think I could, like, come back with the cap through there. Oh, cool. Nice. You're a good friend, Metroid. Well, that's one thing about going there is that, you know... it's funny because it's a, you know, it is a good shopping opportunity, you know. So if you're into that, or if you have people to buy for, so my buddy, I was just, you know, so happy. He went to a few retro game stores and he was looking for stuff for himself as well, but when he was there, I had put a couple things down because he asked me if I wanted anything, and, you know, I didn't want to burden him with anything. He's already buying stuff for a big family and whatnot, and, you know, you're traveling. You don't want to be lugging around a bunch of souvenirs and stuff, but he did get this one. These carts didn't go for very much there. People must not know what they got. But, yeah, this Episode 1 Racer, the Japanese version, can't really see it from here, but I actually just finished I had 2 races remaining, and it's post-credit stuff at that point. It's like this I struggle on this word every time. Invitational tournament. Nihongo no... Nihongo no Reisa. Reisa. Yeah, you get the both are held out. Reisa. But yeah, it's a really fun game. I have a way to play it now, the English version, but I might get it back on stream at some point. That'd be fun. Reisa. You'll have plenty of time, Metroid, yep. The only trip that I took to Japan, I was still finishing learning katakana and hiragana. And I had made myself some flashcards, and I pretty much finished the job on the plane ride there. And, you know, to this day, I'll still mix a couple up, or if the font is kind of funky, I struggle, you know. But, yeah, it actually, you know, I'm glad that I did. The katakana was quite helpful. Yeah. I'm glad that I learned what I knew, and at that point I had a little bit of I had been studying at that point for a bit and had some friends that I was able to speak with to get a little bit of immersion, you know, and it was yeah, it was at that point I kind of knew, whoopsie, sort of survival Japanese, you know, like I knew basic, I need this, I want to go here, I'm from here, you know, can I buy this? A lot of basic stuff, like, you know, merchant stuff, right? Yeah, it's a good one to learn, you know. Yeah. But really, the only word you need in Japan is, I got it right here for you. And you can get by with just this one word.
NANI?
And if you learn a second word, if that's going to be the only word you're going to learn, you may want to learn a second word, which would be sumimasen. Yeah, that'd be a great second word to learn. If you just walk here, this is just you just repeat only that. You're just what? I don't understand. Yeah, good luck on your trip. I hope you have a good time, and God, I'm gonna stop exploring this same part. I'm sorry. Jeez Louise, get out of here. Get back outside. Yeah, I want to play a little more of those, Hubra. my wife and I are working through Yakuza 0. But, well, I say working through it, but you know, something else caught our eye for a little bit, so it's on the back burner, but we are far enough to where I shouldn't ditch it. Put a lot of time and effort into it. Yeah, I was enjoying it. It's fun. I had heard good things, and yeah, I was having a great time. There were a couple of moments that I was like, wow, this is cool. And early on, I think, where I was like, okay, this is well done, or I appreciate this, you know. And it's funny because there's aspects of it that remind me of Shenmue, I don't know, Shenmue. And I had that game for Dreamcast, and I have some memories of, like, you know, kind of staying up late, having the Dreamcast on and playing Shenmue, like, late at night. And, you know, it was very much this kind of like life sim with a little bit of fighting in it. Yeah, in some ways similar to Yakuza, but I would say the fighting was less emphasized. It was in there and you had to do it. But yeah, also, you know, both are by Sega, and there's even similar arcade games played by both. Your character can go into an arcade and into a game center and play at least one of the same games that are, you know, shared across both those series. It's cool. I had a good time with it. Yeah, it's funny. The writing is funny. I think there were, I had a moment in one of the, like, first boss areas where I was just like, you know what? I am really liking this. It was some excitement that I felt I hadn't had in a while, like, while playing. And because I was a little bit wary about the sort of fighting system and stuff, and I wasn't, you know, there was a whole lot of forklift. Ichigo, yeah. That's funny. Yeah. So I think what was that show? X-Play, I think, maybe even talked about the forklift. maybe one of them spending too much time playing with that, but yeah, I had this moment in Yakuza 0, like early on. It was one of those first, I think it's one of the first like boss sequences, and without trying to give too much away, you're going up into this apartment and you're going to do something you're going to be doing a lot of, which is taking on a bunch of people. And, you know, he went up into this building or whatever, and you're working your way up to the top. And there was a moment when I got out to this one sort of, you know, balcony or patio kind of area, or rather stairwell on the outside with a patio there. And you're fighting folks. Some of them are coming down the stairs and and you're out there, and it's this, you know, tall Tokyo building. And, you know, at some point I remember like I was fighting someone, and then it gave me the option to like throw. And sometimes like to make a long story short, you'll get like an action, something you can do at that moment or right in that time. And you have to set it up right and be sort of in the right places for them to happen. But yeah, I fucking chucked the guy over the balcony there, and I just remember being like, yes, like, because it was a tough boss fight. Like at that point, like, you know, you have limited health. I didn't know a whole lot about like using items at that point, so I was kind of pushing the game. You know, I didn't really, I wasn't that up on the game. It's a first boss fight, you're learning, so like, you know, I wasn't doing, you know, as well as I would be later, but it was funny. That was an adrenaline filled, just absolute fun, you know, like I had that thought of, man, I don't know that I felt that way in a little bit with the game. It happens, but just that it was the surprise plus excitement, you know, which you get with playing a new game or seeing something new in a game you haven't seen. And I think, like, up to that point, I didn't know that was possible. And then when I died a little bit later in that level and my partner played it, the situation we couldn't really get the guy over where we wanted. We couldn't replicate it. So it was, yeah, I was like, I don't know, little things like that. I don't know. I threw a guy off a building, guys. Yakuza 0 is great. In summary, Yakuza 0 allows you to, if you position your character in just the right way, you could chuck somebody off of a building. And I guess that's the kind of gameplay I'm looking for these days, because in that moment I got so excited. That's what I needed, you know, I needed to see myself in the form of an avatar going through an office building level by level and taking everybody on and chucking someone over a balcony, you know. It does gigantic. Yeah, great. That's a great way to put it too. Yeah. Context specific finishing moves. Yeah. It's a cool game. There's different fighting styles. I didn't really think I would like that aspect of it, but it still is fun. There is a point when you don't know where to go, or you're trying to run around doing all the like secondary stuff, where I find like, okay, I don't want to fight these guys for the 29th time. But the battles go quickly enough. There's some repetition. So it goes. I think it was, I certainly wouldn't want to like walk around and not have a chance to go beat some ass, you know, but I don't know where this hidden boo is. Or hidden eye? What's the name of it? I'm just going to keep walking into the same two rooms as well. I know I've been in here. Yeah, maybe it's the platformer in me. I've spent so much time making my avatar jump from one platform to another. I wanted to see him chuck somebody else off of one. Nice, Metroid, yeah. I think it was just like in that moment I felt, you know, I did feel the like, you know, if I screw this up, I'm gonna get this guy killed. And then, yeah. I just, yes. And then I'll just put it like that. There were other fun moments such as that. The life sim stuff is really funny too. And if you and one of the things about those games, there's a lot of ways to play it. If you really wanted to just, you know, get into the game and play for collection's sake, then you could go in and try to collect every one of the, like, pornographic magazines or watch, like, let's see, what else is there? There's the, like, Idol. I thought that would have been money there, but where are you supposed to take this thing? There's the phone one, the True Goons. Yes, there is a, yeah, oh god. There's a guy that runs around in just his underwear, and he's like thrusting often, and it's this, you basically have to sometimes, you know, ally yourself with this guy, and you know. Yeah. The underwear man, yeah. The True Goons, absolutely. I think there's a little something for everybody in that game, honestly. Cinnamon spice. Is cinnamon in that game? Or are we naming our favorite spices here? Because, if so, I'm kind of a paprika guy, personally. God, I don't know where this one is. And I'm back down here again. Maybe I should just wrap it up soon. I do need to get to that other life outside of streaming. You've done that a million times. This takes you back to that same place. Just the other side. Doo 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 dee bop bop boo. All right. Thanks for hanging, guys. Happy Thursday. I don't think I'll play too much longer. We got ourselves a few stars, and I usually stream Friday. I just kind of cramming an extra one in today. Felt like cramming it. Gigantic, you have been I've only been able to see a little bit, but you've been doing some really fun streams lately. Yeah, you I caught a little bit of the Subspace Emissary stream that you were doing, or you know, you were working through that at some points, and then I caught the very end. I was gonna raid in on Friday, I believe. And it's funny because the very first thing I hear as I get in is, all right, I think we're just going to get this last star here. And then, and then it was, I got to say, that star was grabbed very quickly. And, so I ended up not doing the raid, but instead just kind of, you know, all right, you know, that's what we like to see here, and saluting it, and just glad to see somebody else get a W. Mario, where's the eyeball? I'm not passing the eye test. Me too. No, it was eye to eye in the secret room. don't remember what this one is. It's not like where the... You know, so I know that at some point when you're in the carousel, I think we've already done all things involving that one, but I don't know. Could be wrong. Yeah, absolutely gigantic. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You know, it's a... Oop. People take this guy for granted, and, you know, nothing lasts forever. Oh, Pokemon's probably gonna last forever. Yeah. Might survive the apocalypse, I don't know. But, I'll tell you this. Enjoy it while it's here, and enjoy the retro. Play the good stuff first. An old hippie man once told me that. Yeah, life is short. Play the good stuff first. Or was this smoke the good no, I don't know. I don't know, that guy was a little mixed up. I shouldn't be taking any advice from him. Okay. I feel, well, they've already survived some war. Yeah, it's a... that Pokemon fans are really revved up about this war that happened. I'm just kind of on the outside looking in, because there's of course there's levels to all these fandoms, and I can feel like, man, God, I love Pokemon. It's so great. I've spent a lot of time playing it, thinking about it, hearing the music, and then it's like, yeah, but I never sat down like grinding out EVs, like doing shiny hunting, or like, you know, putting Pokemon into tier lists and stuff. Am I really a fan at all? I think it's just that, so, I mean, there's a couple of references to war, like vague in the past, and I think fans kind of have built this up in their mind a little more than it actually, you know, that is to say that there's not as much to... There's not really a coherent narrative, I think, about this war at all. I think it's probably more like a vague narrative device of like, oh, this old guy, or I don't know. There's a couple references to it, but some of it is like something involving humans and Pokemon. I don't know. If anybody's up on the lore, maybe you can tell us about, well, the war. But if I understand, I think there's whatever is out there, I think is a bit jumbled up and not necessarily consistent. And a lot of fans have sometimes sort of, I think some of it hangs on there having been a war not that long, maybe before we see the Pokemon or something. And this war, Pokemon were used in it as well. Man, we know that Lieutenant Surge... He talks about a war and frying 50 soldiers, right? Or something along those lines. Maybe I'm thinking of Magitech soldiers, the Final Fantasy VI line or whatever. I should wrap this up soon.
Okie dokie.
You hear me, Mario? We didn't even do much of the... Well, that's cool. I can save my graphics for all the snow stuff then. You know, all the... For the Snowman... Snowman's Land, I believe. Okay, I'm gonna look this one up. I've been at it long enough. Let's get a W. I've done them all before. I just, you know, running around and keeping half my brain on it is apparently not doing the trick, so maybe I need... Let's get this one done. I love the music for this stage, too. Vanish cap required. Go upstairs and head back into the room on the right. Walk past the trap door on the floor and enter the next door to find a blue block hiding a vanish cap. Ow! With the power-up active, wall jump to the door above and enter the blue portrait. Well, let's do that. Zoom out. Sentry, yeah. That's what they say, Hubra. Yeah, it's a...
So long, Bowser.
Lieutenant Surge.
Video game trauma.
The Lightning American. This is our trap door. Wait! Am I a fool? Oh, it's supposed to break open a block, and there's supposed to be a vanish cap, if that's even the one I'm supposed to be in. Okay. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Well, I'll stream tomorrow too, so can't go too crazy late. I'm keeping you guys up on a Thursday night. Although Thursday is like, what are you doing back in here, man? This is a good place to go crazy. It's 1996 in my mind. Now I have my own Nintendo 64, and I don't have to worry about getting left at Walmart. It starts coming in all warped and... You ever played Mario on Psychosis? That's probably one of the best things you could do if you were in a psychotic state, is pick up a Nintendo 64 controller. Like one of the from a harm reduction standpoint, you know, picking up a controller and playing some Mario 64 seems like a very other than further potential damage to your psyche, in terms of other people's safety and harm to your physical self, I think, you know, you can do a lot worse. Tater wants us to get all the coins. Tater, we did it before. We got 110 of them, man. We were rich, rolling in it. Do. Which room? Walk past the trapdoor. You idiot. You just stepped on it. Thanks, man. You know what? We're trying to get the eye-to-eye in the secret room. That had me stumped for a little bit. Yeah, right. We do this, and then hold on. With the power-up active, wall jump up to the door above and enter the blue Boo portrait to find a Mr. I. That's their name in English, a Mr. I. But from where? From here? You don't tell us where this... What a terrible guide. I know I've done this one before, but I'm like... That's not the eye. I don't think we're talking about the same eye. To the next door to find a blue block holding him. I mean, that's it. But yeah. Power up active. Wall jump up to the door above. From where? Do. Or are they saying like go outside? This is confusing, yeah. To the door above. Okay, well, I guess I'll just watch someone do it real quick or get to a different guide. The wording here is just not that... I don't know, there's like 2 pictures to go off of, and... well, yeah. Go upstairs and head back into the room on the right. Walk past the trap door on the floor and enter the next door to find a blue block holding a vanish cap. With the power-up active, wall jump up to the door above and enter the blue Boo portrait. Like, because you don't, if you fall down this, you just go straight down to where the, I don't know if they have us going outside or what. Anyway, sorry guys, I'll get it figured out. Thank you for your patience.
Oh, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. What? Where is he? Okay, sorry, I'm watching this video real quick. What the? Hold on. I don't know. Wait, hold on. I saw them. What I just watched, so there was a box there. There was like a box here. I don't understand what I was just seeing with my own eyes. And they used it. Okay, I'm confused. Anyway, I think it's up there. It's above that door. Let's try that again. With the power up. Do 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 do. I'm still like, wait, what? Okay, but it's here, and then you... This is the one, I believe. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. All right, cool. I like how they got the booze coming through. Oh, shit. Shot a little pearl, like something out of Star Fox 64. Yay! There it is. Finally. There's so many coins available in this level, huh? I feel like there's a bunch. Okay, Mario can make a ton here. He can make 1,000,000. Sweet.
Let's go.
Let's save. Okay, well, so my goal was to get into this. I always forget the name. What is it? Snowman's. I don't know. Snowman's Mountain? That doesn't sound right. Oh, yeah. Anyway, we didn't do that, but I think we've pretty much done everything you can do up until this point, you know? So we got all the stars cleared, I believe, and 100 coins on everything. So we're in good shape. There it is. Yep. Course 9. So that means next time we play, we can get to the ice level and ice level. Everybody's favorite. The last time I did this, we played this a couple years ago. There's not too many long, games that take me a while to play that I've repeated. This one, the Zelda 64s, both of those. Oh yeah, I'm enjoying this playthrough. And that last time that we played it, it's funny, once I got to this part of the game, there were definitely some of these stars. I was like, I don't remember this. All right, let's wrap this thing up. I'm going to get us to the schedule. Before I do that, though, I've been running out of time with this. Let me see what's up. Let me see if anybody's streaming. Can we go over to anybody else's stream? See what's rolling. You know what? Why don't we... Let me check in on one. I see someone playing Mega Man Battle Network, and I think that would be fun. I've always wanted to see more of that game. This is Hey Sorrel. Like everybody we rate into, give him a follow. Think about it. All right, this has been fun. Let me get to the schedule. Zoop. Go ahead and start getting that raid rolling. All right, guys. I'm usually here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Today is not one of those days. A little bonus stream. I was sitting around like, dude, I don't want to just prep for tomorrow. I want to play this game now. So thanks for coming through. And thank you. Hey, guys, thank you so much. This has been really fun today. You guys really kept me talking and just engaged the whole time. This is cool. Yeah, this is fun. Thank you, everybody. And Hubert, thank you for the tip as well. I appreciate that, yeah. Metroid, have a safe trip. Everybody else, guys, thanks for hanging. Thanks for chilling. Those of you on Twitch, I hope you can stick around. We're going to go hang out with Hey Sorrel. She's playing Mega Man Battle Network. So, all right, guys, I'll be back here tomorrow. I'll see you guys. We'll play a little more Mario 64. Have a good rest of your week.
Okie dokie.
See you next time. I must be done. Let me just hit the... It's only getting worse and worse. At least there's always some nostalgia to fall back on, you know? Let me play a few sounds for you, too. This will be fun. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night. Take care.
Game over.
You dumb son of a bitch!
Video game trauma.
Oh!
Asshole. You got that? You're an asshole.
You are a stinking piece of garbage!
If you really want to know, you're going to have to pick up the controller and play the game.
Lumpy pillows, kiss my ass.
Come on, fellas, you're losing your heads.
Nothing is more important than the simple act of people getting together.
No one else creates this kind of experience. Brand new 16-bit Super Nintendo with Super Mario World. Wow!
Zelda returns to Game Boy Color. Zelda returns to...
Donkey.
Getting praise from Yokoi was just like being praised by my parents.
Excitement! God damn you, little microphone. NANI?!
I don't know what else it could be.
And we want to fucking play the rest of our shit. Vegemite. Vegemite! Whoa!
And if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die.
Goodbye!
See you next time.
See you around, kid.
Thank you for coming to the show tonight.